For the next 48 hours, I'm going to be living off the natural resources on our property. The rules for this challenge are simple. If I can't forage, catch, kill, and cook my food, then I can't eat. This is going to be a crazy video unlike anything I've ever done, and literally a wild ride, so stick around. That was close. Alright y'all, in this video, I'm only going to be eating what I can catch, kill, or forage on my property for the next 48 hours. I've never done anything like this before, so this will probably be a very interesting video. And I'm going to go ahead and lay down the rules now, so y'all don't think I'm just making them up as I go. Alright, number one, I'm eating nothing else with my meals. No sides, no nothing. I'm not going to be like, well, because I got my meat, I'm going to eat stuff with it. No, only what I can find from the woods. But number two, I am going to be using seasonings, frying grease, flour, you know, all that stuff it takes to cook the stuff. I'm just not eating nothing else with it. Right now, it is Tuesday, and it is exactly 8 a.m. on the dot. I won't be eating anything from the house again until after 8 a.m. Thursday. I hadn't had nothing at all to eat today, and I'm kind of hungry. So we're going to get started, see what we can find. Alright, here we go, y'all. This is perfect. This is going to be awesome to get this day started with. Y'all check this out. Look at all the berries. All up and down this road. And there's patches like this beside every road on our property, just about. There's tons of these things growing in here. Now, I don't exactly know the range of where these berries are at across the U.S., but a lot of people around here think that they're raspberries. And they're not actually raspberries. They're called wineberries. And they're an invasive plant from Asia that came over here hundreds of years ago, I guess. And they just grow up real thick. They're everywhere. And the animals love them, and we love them. They're super sweet, a lot sweeter than a raspberry. Really good. And this will be the first thing that I've had to eat today. Alright, we got our big bowl here. We're going to fill it up plumb full of berries. Alright y'all, we've only been picking about 10-15 minutes, and we already got a bowl full, so I'm going to set them in the back of the side-by-side, and we're going to get out of here. That'll make a nice breakfast, a nice snack throughout the day. Just like any berry, you don't want to gorge yourself on them, or they will tear up your stomach, and we definitely don't want that on this challenge. But we got them, we're going to be snacking on them, and now we're going to get out of these woods and go after some protein. Alright y'all, we're headed home, but I do have the 22 in the back rack, just in case we see something that happens to be in season. Even though it's not season for squirrels and stuff right now, hunting something is definitely not out of the question in this video. Alright guys, now that we got that done, we are headed down my yard to my pond, and we're going to do a little bit of fishing. Now I got two kinds of fishing poles, and we're going to be trying to catch a catfish with one. I'm just going to throw it out there with a hot dog on it and try to catch a catfish on it. But if that fails, we can definitely catch some bluegill. I got another pole, just a little hook that I'm going to bait up, and we're going to try to catch us some fish. Alright y'all, right here's the pole I'm going to be using for the bluegill and stuff. That's just an ugly stick rod and reel. But right here, I got an old cheap yard sale pole, and I'm going to bait it up. Going to put one of these hooks on it right here. Smaller catfish hooks right here. I'll throw this piece of hot dog on it. Perfect. Now we're just going to let this set here while we try to catch some bluegill over here in this shallow end. Alright, now I got this ugly stick rod and reel with a bobber and a bread ball, and I'm going to cast out in here and try to catch a couple of these little bluegill. This pond don't have huge bluegill, but it has some. They're just a few inches long, but we'll probably just gut them and fry them whole. Got one. Yes. Look there, y'all. There we go. Pretty little panfish. Now that's, I don't think that's not a purebred bluegill, but that's just a little panfish. There's a lot of these in this pond, so we're just gonna get a couple more of these, stick them in our bucket, and take them up to the house. All right, there we go. Not nothing big, but it is something. So we're gonna catch a couple more of these, and then we'll just gut them and fry them whole. Got another one. There we go. Another one just like the one we just caught. That's gonna be breakfast, boys. Got him. Okay, we got our third one. Like I said, I don't want to get too many, kill out all the pond fish. We will be stocking this pond hopefully later this summer, so y'all stay tuned for that. But there we go. Got 3 of these. There's our breakfast. All right, we got all the bluegill we need, and we got berries. Don't look like we had much luck on the catfish thing, but we'll try that again some other time. All right, it's 9:45. I'm getting kind of hungry. We got these 3 little bluegill, and I just gutted them. I'm just gonna fry them whole. Got our berries. We're gonna get up to the house and have some breakfast. Alright guys, here's our breakfast. 3 little bluegill and some berries. There's some of the meat we pulled off that bluegill. See there, you can see, there it is after we cleaned it. Now if we was in a real survival situation, we'd probably be eating all these scraps, but I'm not that desperate yet, so we're just gonna be eating the meat. Here's some of it. Still got the scales on. Here we go. It's alright. There's little bones in it that you just crunch up, but it's actually not as bad as I was expecting. It don't taste like pond water. Our fish is gone. It was edible. I mean, now it's just time to eat some berries for dessert. I'll catch y'all when it's dinner time. Alright y'all, it's about 20 after 7 right now, and I'm really hungry. I hadn't had much to eat throughout the day except for a handful of berries here and there. I've decided that for dinner tonight, I'm going to go frogging after it gets dark, but it don't get fully dark till about 9:30 right now, so it's going to be pretty late going and getting them, and then even later cooking them up tonight. So I thought maybe I should have a backup plan in case it goes bad and I don't get any frogs tonight. So this morning, about an hour after y'all saw me, I went down to the creek and I set a couple minnow traps. Now obviously I ain't gonna eat minnows, but I'm hoping to catch some crawdads in there and maybe even a water snake. Now if I do catch some minnows, I'll probably cut up a few of them and put them back in the trap and throw them back in the water, and then I'll definitely catch some crawdads on some cut up minnows. Now we still got almost 2 hours before it gets dark enough to do some frog gigging, so we're gonna go ahead and go check the minnow trap and see if we had any luck, and then put some cut bait in there to see if we can catch some crawdads. But we're also going to go back up on the hill, pick some more berries, and in my berry picking spot, I'm going to set out a cage trap and see if I can't catch a possum or some kind of varmint so I can have something good to eat throughout the day tomorrow. Alright y'all, we're getting in the side by side. It rained since this morning. The seat's wet. We're getting everything ready to go down there, check that minnow trap, go set the trap and stuff. And my buddy Tripp, or if any of y'all watch him, you know him as Randall Greenwood, keeps sending me these stupid videos of food and him eating Chinese food and all that, just to drive me crazy. It's pretty funny, but it's kind of starving me to death, so thanks Tripp. I went and checked the minnow traps, and we had a ton of minnows, but no crawdads or snakes. I did see a couple rabbits, and they let me get pretty close to them. Of course they would do that when it's not rabbit season. I got the minnows out of the trap, then cut up a couple and put them back and threw it back in, hoping to catch some crawdads or a water snake. I threw the trap back in, got the minnows that we had and put them in the pond, and we're ready to go. Alright y'all, now that we got the minnow traps checked, got them set up ready to catch some crawdads, we're coming up here to set the cage trap and pick some more berries. Right over there along that road right there is the berry patch that we went to this morning. There's huge berry patches all over this property, but that's where we was at this morning. That's the area we're getting ready to go to. But right here along this four-wheeler road, there's a little flat spot right here by this old log, and we're gonna set that cage trap right there. All right, got that cage trap set up. We're gonna get out here and get some berries. Tons of berries in through here. I'm gonna get to picking some more, try to get another bowl full. All right, here we go. Got our bowl full of berries. It's not quite full, but that'll be plenty until tomorrow because I'll be coming back tomorrow to check the trap and to get more. So I'll catch y'all when it's time to go frog gigging. All right, boys, we're kind of in a hairy situation. My brother already got out. I closed my eyes for a split second just so that wouldn't hit me in the face. And look what we gotta do now.
Lord, so that looks like crap.
Oh my gosh. If I put it, that back wheel's completely off the ground. This one's still touching. If I put her completely in four-wheel drive and cut it hard this way, I should be able to pull up and out of there, but hopefully I don't tip down into that. This could be crazy. All right, here we go. Woo! Oh, we got out of there, but that wheel completely dropped off down into that. That was close. Holy moly, thank you, Jesus. We just about rolled over that, just because that goes to show how careful you need to be. I closed my eyes for a split second. Not even really closed them, just kind of looked in an off direction, and I was easing, going slow, so that wouldn't hit me in the eye. Ran over that. This almost turned from a food challenge to a I'm at the ER challenge, but now I really will catch y'all when we go frog gigging. All right, boys, it's about 9:45, and I'm getting ready to go frog gigging. Like I said earlier, it rained a lot through the day, and the pond's up, but I hear a lot of frogs. We're going to go down there and try to get some. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I don't feel like doing this. I'm going to have to come in and cook them as soon as I'm done, so I'm going to have to get them, clean them up, and then cook them. But I want to eat, so I'm going to have to do it all tonight if I want to eat something other than 3 bluegill and some berries today. So we're going to get our gig, get our frog bucket to carry them in, and get down to the pond. All right, guys, walking down. It's foggy. It's humid. It's hard to see with the light through the fog. But we're going to get down here, try to get some of these frogs. I don't know how good y'all can see. You're on the head cam and I got the cap light on. But we're going to get down there, got our gig and our bucket. We're going to try to get some frogs for dinner. All right, boys, I don't see a single frog down here, but I do see a water snake. So I'm going to try to get him. He went under the water under that log. I really hope I can get this thing, because if I do, it's going to be dinner. Because it ain't looking good on the frogs. I don't see hardly any out here. But that snake just popped his head out. And we're just going to patiently sit here and wait on him. I don't know where he went. I see at least one frog over there. I'm going to try to get him. I'm scanning this mud. I'm also trying to keep Bonnie from running the banks and scared everything off. Oh, he's not very big at all, but he's a bullfrog. Got him. All right, there's one frog. It's a small frog, but it's a bullfrog, so we will definitely take it. I don't even know if my gig hit him. I think I just completely pinned him down. Not very big, but it's meat, so I will definitely take it. Walking back past where that snake was, still no sign of him. My stinking goodness, look at that spider. Oh my gosh, that's bigger than the frog we killed. Good Lord. All that for literally one frog. I don't see another frog around this whole pond. There's a lot of spiders, probably some of them bigger than that daggone frog I gigged. But I don't see another frog, so it looks like one frog is all we got for dinner. All right guys, we're back to the house. It's getting late. I was only down there like 15 minutes, but in the whole 15 minutes I only saw the one frog, so I just quit. I mean, I'm tired, and we're gonna cook up this one frog. There we go, there's our morsel. But at least it's protein and not more berries. Alright, here's our little ration of frog legs right here. That's the only frog I saw. I really wish I could have got that snake, but I'm stuck with one frog. Obviously, tons of berries. That's all I've had throughout the day is just berries ever since them little bluegill this morning. And I didn't quite fry the frog like I normally would have. I just rolled in a little bit of flour. I didn't do egg and all that. So we're just gonna try our little 2 bites of frog. That's actually good. Way better than the bluegill, and it beats berries all to pieces. I mean, that's pretty much it. There's dinner, boys, and there's dessert. Alright, there was dinner. Not much, but it was awesome to just have something like that in my mouth. I was really hungry after today. But tomorrow, we got a whole nother day of this. So if you ain't subscribed by now and you're this far into this video, you better do it because it's just going to get crazier. I'll catch y'all in the morning. Alright guys, it's the next morning and I kind of slept in a little bit today. It's after 8 o'clock right now and I'm just now getting out and I'm hungry. I have no clue what I'm going to eat today except obviously, you guessed it, berries. But worst case scenario, we could still eat some more bluegill. But we're getting ready to go check the minnow trap that I set out for the crawdads. And then when we go pick more berries, we got that cage trap out up there. So we still have some hope for some good meat this morning. So let's get out there, see what we got. Alright, we're down here at the creek. Let's see what I got in the minnow trap. Not a single crawdad.
Lord, so that looks like crap.
Oh my gosh. We didn't catch nothing in the cage trap. I don't know what we're going to do about meat this morning, but at least we got berries. But we're going to have to find some kind of protein. Right here we have some honeysuckles. They got no nutrients in them, but they taste good. You can bite that end off. Suck the juice out of the end of it. And it tastes really sweet. Obviously there ain't really hardly anything in that, but it's something that tastes good. The pond is up now since y'all saw it yesterday morning because it rained a lot throughout the day. But I still see the little bluegill swimming around in there, and we're going to try to cast out there and get a couple just in case we can't get anything else throughout the day. We're not done trying, but I want a backup plan for when I get really hungry. I moved this old kayak to look under it for some worms, and then I started fishing. The pond was really murky, and the fish couldn't really see and was staying low. But that's when I decided to get a little bit crazy. Alright guys, there's some bluegill right there. I don't have any bait, but... no stinking way. Stunned him. No way I just did that. Holy moly. Well, I don't even think he's gone. I think it just kind of stunned him. But we have at least one fish. I don't know. If I see another one, I might try that again. Alright, I fished and I fished. But no luck. Not even on the bluegill. Except for that one that we sent belly up. So we're going to clean that one little fish up and take him home. But I don't think I'm going to cook him immediately. I'm going to save him till I get real hungry later. It's literally about 2 bites, but it's better than nothing. Alright y'all, it's about noon and I still hadn't cooked the fish or anything yet. To be honest, I just hadn't felt like it. But now I'm getting really hungry. My head's starting to hurt where I hadn't ate much in the last, yesterday or today. So we're going to go ahead and cook this fish up and then do something creative with our bowl of berries. Alright, our fish is done and it's over there cooling off. Now we're going to make a little bit of berry soup. Alright, here's my bite of fish.
Lord, so that looks like crap.
That little fish literally only had like 1 bite on it, but it's got protein in it, so we'll take it. It ain't that good either, but Molly can have the head and stuff. I ain't touching that. But this, on the other hand, looks good and smells good, and I bet it'll be a lot better than plain berries. Now I put some butter and sugar in this, and at first I didn't know if that was cheating, but then I figured that it would just be like salting my fish or putting my frog in flour. So we're gonna try this. It honestly don't look bad. It's kind of syrupy, and it smells really good. It's hot though. Here we go. That's the best thing I've had on this whole thing. That's good. I'll eat this whole bowl. Well, this is my brunch, but hopefully we can find something for dinner. I'll catch y'all later today. Alright boys, it's about 10 o'clock right now, and technically, our 48 hours was over. The weather has been absolutely nasty this afternoon. Tons of rain, wind, lightning. My minnow trap actually washed down the creek, and when there was a break in the storm, I had to go down there and find it, and then it started storming some more. It was just a mess. Now, there was no frogs out right now because where the rain, the pond is up 6 inches, all the frogs are hiding. Obviously, the fish ain't biting in that, and we just couldn't make anything else happen this evening. Now, if this was a real survival situation, there's several times I could have ate. I could have got those rabbits with my 22 when I was down there by the creek, but this ain't a real survival situation, so I wasn't going to break the law just for that. If it would have been real, I wouldn't have thought twice about it, and I would have got them, and I would have ate them, but it ain't, so we had to go hungry and not have any rabbits. I could have hunted squirrels, I could have done anything like that, but again, it's not in season. But I thought this would be a fun video and a cool challenge. I did eat the rest of that berry soup, or whatever you want to call it, later this evening, and that'll hold me over until I can eat a big breakfast tomorrow. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, drop a comment and tell me what you thought about it, and subscribe to this channel for more videos just like it. Click up here if you want to see me gig a giant bullfrog and cook it on a fire, and click over here if you want to see some awesome hunting videos, and subscribe if you want to see a 72-hour challenge during hunting season. I'll catch y'all in the next one.